Good morning. Today we'll learn about the building requirements for a new CBSE school. In the previous video, we discussed about the land requirement under the part A of CBSE Masterclass. Now let's move ahead towards the building norms. In our building norms, first of all, we must want to know what about the classrooms. As in a school, classrooms are the most crucial part. How is the size required and how many number of minimum students can be accommodated in a classroom. So let's know the minimum size that CBSE needs or wants from a school. So dear, the minimum size required for a classroom for CBSE school is 500 square feet. Understand? 500 square feet area is required for CBSE classroom. And in square meter, we can say about 48 square meters. As a basic rule, CBSE need at least 1 square meter area per student. So this is about the area of the classroom we need for a CBSE school. Now, how many number of rooms we need? So number of rooms for a new CBSE school, we need one room per class minimum. If we are planning to open a school up to 12th class, then it's very simple. We need at least 12 classroom of 500 square feet each. And also, as we are aware that CBSE has changed some rule regarding the school classroom requirement regarding the Balvatika or the preschool. As now the preschool or Balvatika is made compulsory. Therefore, we can consider 3 extra rooms for Balvatika. So the total number of rooms required for CBSE new school is 12 plus 3 means 15 classroom. And one important thing we must know here that Balvatika classroom can be slightly less in size, means 400 square feet area is acceptable for Balvatika rooms. So minimum 15 classroom we have to be ready for the inspection of a CBSE school. Now the second thing is, what about the laboratories? As for CBSE, we need laboratories. Without laboratories for experiments in school, CBSE is not going to affiliate them. So up to 10th class or secondary school, we need one science laboratory. We say this composite science lab. So viewers, for secondary school science laboratory, we need a composite science laboratory. Composite here we mean this single laboratory will have biological practical facilities and physics practical facilities as well as the chemistry practical facilities. And minimum size for this laboratory will be 600 square feet. And for 12th class school or senior secondary school, we need this composite lab as well as separate laboratories for physics, chemistry and biology. And each separate laboratory will have minimum area 600 square feet in size. So this is about the laboratories size, and we will discuss in another video the compliance and norms of the laboratories. How should the equipments or the chemicals be stored? How the things are recorded and about the qualification of the lab assistant and many other infrastructure things we will discuss later. Today, let's move in this video to the next important thing, library. Library size for CBSE school is strictly monitored and noticed during inspection. The minimum size required by CBSE for library is 1200 square feet in size. 1200 square feet. And how many books we should have in this library? The rule is, if we have 300 students in our school, then the books will be multiplied by 5. Means we should have 1500 books in our library for a strength of or capacity of 300 students. Means the number of books will be multiplied by 5 to the existing number of students studying in the school. And in 1200 square feet area of library, we must ensure seating capacity for up to 50 students. We can say the reading room facility within the library or alongside the library for 50 students. And the library must have sufficient newspapers, recommended 6 newspapers, one for Hindi, one for English, and one any regional language. So these 3 language newspaper should be there in library, and total number of newspaper will be 6, means 2 newspaper for each language. And subjournals or magazines also. As a subscription, we should maintain the subscription of approx 6 magazines related to different sectors, like for sports, for science and technology, for politics, as well as and health and science. So this is all about the library size and the books only. There are other also important things we must maintain during the inspection and during all the school going on in the library. We will separately discuss in another video about the compliances and norms of the library. Here I have told you about the size and the number of books and the seating capacity in the library. Now, the next thing is playground. Playground should be adequate to complete the sport facilities, like running facility for 200 meter length, and kho, kabaddi, volleyball courts for these sport facilities. There should also be a indoor activity room or activity, any type of other activity besides the sports or games. So outdoor and indoor activities should be sufficiently maintained in the school. And another thing beside the playground, the another most important thing, which often we consider that this is not so important, we have just the facility. This is about the washrooms. CBSE strictly want separate washrooms for boys and girls, and urinals for boys should be also separate, and staff male and female toilets should be separate. Or if the building is multi-story, noted that if the building is multi-story, then there should be separate provision for washrooms or toilet on each floor. And in the same pattern, for girls separate, for boys separate, for staff separate. And another most important thing among these toilet facilities, that we must maintain the CWSN facility on each floor, on each washing area. Means person who cannot walk on his legs, who need wheelchair to move ahead, then on a wheelchair any teacher or any student or anybody else can access our washroom facilities. It may be gent, it may be ladies, means girls and boys, for all we must have these facilities also. Thank you for giving time and understanding the building norms as per CBSE. There will be another part for building compliances, in which I will discuss about other things that matter in CBSE inspection in our building. Thanks for watching. Thank you.